aka linebacker with the Indianapolis Colts. Make sure you follow my guys at the Anvil, best sports talk podcast going on with Colts right now. Tune in.
It seems like a Sunday, like anyone before. That's what you think. So you open up the door, you feel the buzz, you can hear the people singing battle cries. Lucas Oil Stadium's about to come alive. Blue and white jerseys, some old and some new, all gather round South Capitol Avenue. They come for the tailgate, some drive and some fly. Colts fans show up with fire in their eyes, yelling, "Go Host, go Big Blue!" We're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation. We take this very serious, it is not a joke. We're back, all the players, we're back, any coach. We stream and we root, we raise up our fist to support this team from Indianapolis. Go Host, go Big Blue, we're in the stands cheering for you, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation, Colts Nation. Screaming, "Go Host, go Big Blue!" We're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, yeah, Colts Nation, that Colts Nation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation.
Through sickness and health, and like married couples, we gonna show up no matter the situation. So the entire panel in some way, shape, or form has been stricken with some type of illness. So we're missing two of our brothers tonight, but we got Thomas back on. Pat's suffering through some shit. I still got the sneezies. You know what it is. It's the Anvil, bang that bitch, and all that other shit. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, brother. You?
Okay. Hold on. I think I'm making a lot of noise. Give me a second. I think it's my fan. Now it's like a whirl. Let me see. Give me a second.
I don't hear anything. It might be me.
Now, and for anybody that's tuning in, expecting us to have a guest, we had her locked in, Heather Lloyd from Wish TV 8, but she emailed me, I don't know, an hour or two ago and said with the snowstorm coming in tonight that her job has got her rescheduling everything. So she's got to probably work at the station because of the storm. But she does want to reschedule. She does want to come on. Just timing ain't working.
Indeed.
So we'll get her here. We'll get her here.
Absolutely. Well, with that said, let's jump into our topics because we're a little behind time. So you know what time it is. Let's bang that. Let's just get it over with and let's just talk about it, because before anybody has a chance to go down the rabbit hole, you probably heard A.A. Rod has been linked to us via some insider, exec, whomever, says there's a good chance that if Green Bay wants to make said move, we are a good trading partner based on maybe not finding the quarterback we want right now, or potentially worried about people trading up above us. So a 39-year-old, somewhat disgruntled Aaron Rodgers with a shit ton of money left on his contract.
Ugh.
Is
No
this
way.
anything anybody is thinking about right now?
Not us. No.
No,
I wouldn't think so. Not at all.
Well, apparently,
I mean, I doubt. I mean, if you're going to trade for a quarterback based on the fact of something that could happen, you're not going to go after someone like him. You're going to go after like a lesser someone who's not going to cost so much to give up for.
Yeah, because I mean, let's not even pretend like Green Bay wouldn't want that fourth pick. Number one. Plus, we're gonna eat. God, what did he just sign? A $200 million contract?
Yeah, there ain't no way. It could, and they got the Matt Ryan contract still too.
Ugh.
Yeah, there ain't no way.
Yes, it's seeming pretty bleak, but his ties to Pat and talking about Pat McAfee, and then last year briefly, people thought, oh, well, maybe that will get him here, and I think there was more hype behind that train last year, being that he was coming off an MVP type year. And I'm not saying that he still can't play football, but here we go again if we were to go down this road. And oh, by the way, he's 39, so let's just up it in age. Why don't we just take it to the next level in age at 39? So maybe last year you could have sold me on this. But nah, man, I think based on the way this year went and based on where we're positioned, like we've said before, we have to make the move for quarterback. This is the year. I don't think Chris Ballard's had a better opportunity based on his drafting positions. So we can't waste that. Just my thoughts. So I'm a no on AA Rod. Pat, how you feeling on this? I know what Thomas is feeling.
I want to know why every old ass quarterback that's knocking on fucking retirement's door that doesn't want to give it fucking up, that's linked to us. Damn it, I want off this quarterback carousel.
It's not a good feeling.
I'll take Jordan Love over Aaron Rodgers just because he's young.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, man. It's really not. And I think it's like that until we do something. So then there's that.
Well, and there is 4 or 5 viable quarterbacks to go after this year.
Okay, name them.
Okay, well, you got Young, Alabama.
Oh, you're talking about drafting. I thought you were talking
young quarterbacks you can draft. Stroud, Levis, and I know you hate this one, but AR-15.
I don't hate this. It's just you can't take him at 4th. I've said that. So continue.
Okay. But so regardless who positions above us, we're going to get a quality young quarterback in the draft without moving. Without moving.
I just go back to Zach Wilson, man. A lot of people were in on him. To include some of these crazy ass analysts who get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to give their expert opinion, and he ain't it, bro. They got Mike White slotted as their guy going forward, and they locked up with the kid.
That was the Jets that pulled the trigger on that. You don't have to listen to these analysts.
Yeah,
of course.
Look at old boy out of San Francisco,
Brock Purdy, Mr.
No, the other one, the one they traded up to get.
Oh, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, that's him. Yeah, look at him. He had one hell of a pro day, and skyrocketed up the ladder.
And the verdict's still out on him too. Let's not do that.
Okay, the verdict is still out, but when you spend that much capital to go after the said guy, the verdict shouldn't be out at the end of the year.
I mean,
now I know he got hurt, so you didn't get to see him the full year.
I'm just trying to clear up all this other shit. Okay,
but like you said, the verdict's still out because even what people seen, there's like, huh, what? I don't know.
I got it. They are definitely. This is a weird spot to be. They are definitely in a quarterback conundrum going forward with Jimmy G, because I mean it was weird to hear them say, hey, Jimmy G could actually be ready for the NFC Championship. And I'm like, would you just snatch this from this kid like this? Like, what is he giving you, negatively to say, hey, we need to snatch this and put it back in Jimmy G's hands? But then going into next year, you got Jimmy G, you got now Brock Purdy. Would you dare say Mr. Irrelevant? Mr. Fucking Irrelevant. That's lower than Tom Brady.
How can you not say it?
No, but
He's what 6-0, and he just led your team to the AFC Championship or the NFC Championship.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, where would you be in the event that in a span of 4 years, maybe even 5, you've traded good capital for a quarterback? That's Jimmy G. Maybe he's seen his last day. You've also spent good draft capital on Trey Lance because he was, a top guy. And then you got Mr. Irrelevant who's fucking up everything because he's playing out of his mind. I mean, he's lower than Tom Brady. Tom Brady was like 230 something. You know what I mean? This kid is the last dude in the draft. Literally, give me you. You're not going to make the team, but we got to draft somebody. And this guy is playing to potentially send the team to the Super Bowl. That's a story. That's nuts. So
that's another Kaepernick was like a 2nd-round pick, but it's like the same kind of thing.
Yeah, when Kaepernick, unseated Alex Smith, who was the number 1 guy when they drafted him back in 2005, I think that was.
Oh, so, I think so. Yeah, but still same kind of thing, kind of.
Yeah, but if you're San Francisco now, you put Garoppolo and Trey Lance on the trading block. See if you can get back some of that capital.
Yeah, I don't know if you move that fast, but I hear.
Yeah, I would wait.
I don't know if you can move that fast, but my God, how do you?
Well, Jimmy G's a free agent. They only re-signed him for a year, right?
That's true. That's true.
But still, how do you move away from Brock Purdy?
That's what I'm saying.
When he's done all this.
Yeah, I don't think that you can. I mean, he hasn't given you a reason to be like, we're just squeaking by. Like, I mean, you can go back to Trent Dilfer leading the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl. Sure, he made a play here or there to, Shannon Sharp, or a nice screen pass to, whoever their running back was at the time. I can't remember. Jamal Lewis, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not him. But it wasn't like he was going out there getting you 350, 400, 4 touchdowns. No, he was a clock game manager. This kid is not clock game managing. They're asking him to make plays that, the starting quarterback should be able to make. I don't think in any way, shape, or form that Mr. Shanahan, their coach, has decided to downgrade their playbook for him. Like, oh, let me give him the you don't really know football package. Like, nah, he's out there with the full book, man. So weird spot to be in.
The only good thing for them is that they're both on rookie contracts. So it's not killing your cap.
No, not at all.
To keep them both.
Not at all. But so there we are, though, right? So as y'all see AA Rod up on the screen, it's up to us. Like, that further leans me toward we can't do this anymore. And this sounds crazy. Y'all know how I feel about young Sam. I already told you Sam wasn't the guy going forward and this, that, and the other. But I would rather bring in another kid, a Stroud or whoever, and have Sam, that'll be the 1-2, than protect ourselves, so to speak, with the Nick Foles of the world. Once we've seen what he can do, Lord have mercy. That was painful. The Matt Ryans of the world, Lord, let's not. I just don't feel like I can withstand that. That doesn't help this team. It doesn't. And it doesn't help whatever quarter or coach, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, progress forward, because they're really kind of like tied to the hip to a veteran that they're not going to be able to sway. They might not get the ability to, ultimately get them to see their vision, depending on who it is. And it's like, why bring in a brand new coach and then give him a dinosaur as, a quarterback, and then expect him to do something in the next year or two, depending on how long you sign him. So AA Rod, though I still think he got good years, I don't think his situation fits our situation.
No.
Okay.
No, I agree.
But I don't want to see him in a division, because the other talk says he could land in Tennessee, and that would
God
life. So I'll put that out there too. Go away from our division completely. Stay in the NFC or go anywhere.
Keith, are you talking about Julio, or which Jones are you talking about?
If Jones comes available. Yeah, I don't know what. Speak on that, Keith. So yeah, let's move out of the AA Rod talk, and let's just keep the ball bouncing.
Please.
Is that gonna do nothing piss me off?
No.
All right, so let's talk about
Daniel Jones.
Oh, Daniel Jones? Nah, I'm going him.
No, I mean, he's had his best year of his career, but it ain't enough to be like, ooh, no, I'm good on that.
Nah, I'd still rather
Yeah.
draft.
And honestly, I don't see them walking away from him.
No, me either.
They don't have the draft capital to get a replacement.
Yeah,
And
they're gonna have a middle of the round pick.
A new head coach took his team to the playoffs. Yeah, I think they stick with him for another year or two.
Yeah, and Brian Dable has shown his worth. He is pretty solid when it comes to his philosophy. I know they started hot, they hit a little rocky road, but he still got them into the playoffs, and then they won a playoff game on the road. So every team is not destined for the ultimate championship at the end, but you still have to look at what he accomplished, and I think he did a damn good job with a team that had their receiving core situation is worse than ours times 20.
Give Adam J 2 Omahas right now.
Okay. Yep, there it is. One. Two. Oh, wait. Two. There we go.
Adam J, you disappoint me, young man.
I don't even care what he does, Adam J, as long as he doesn't do Indy. Oh, that sounded terrible. That sounded like a promo.
Oh, it does say, what does he do? Oh, I thought.
Omaha.
Yeah,
man.
I get that. I
was gonna say, that seems kind of harsh
he
for
was
that.
wanting him here.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn, that was like dropping the hammer on him.
Dropping it. All right, so let's talk about Dan Quinn, and it's just right before we started, I seen that we also want to get a second interview with
Irio Evero or whatever.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, I would say that name.
Okay, so what do we see? What is the commonality between these two? And
Defensive minded.
Boom, there you go. To potentially do what? Capitalize on the defense that we had this year.
Yes,
what
sir.
does that say, though? Here's a bit of irony. What does that say about our guy Gus Bradley? Is it a one and done? Because new coach, new philosophy. You know what I mean?
Sounds like he's one and done, but I don't want a defensive-minded coach.
Oh,
head coach.
Well, you think of the Chuck Pagano era?
I want a young, offensive-minded coach that can mold and shape this quarterback we're getting in the draft. Don't know which one it's going to be, but I know it's going to be one of them. I mean, and honest to God, that's what we need. You know, our rough was on the offensive side of the ball this year. You got to build that back up.
I agree.
I get that. I wholeheartly get that.
And your offensive players, you know, if a Dan Quinn comes in there, the offensive players are going to look at him like, what the hell can he teach me?
It's not like
he's a defensive guy.
Yeah, we've got the talent.
What about this, though, boys? What about this? Give me a second. What if the philosophy or the strategy is we have to benefit the strength of the team? And if we consensus hand down say that the strength of the team is the defense, well, then we come in and we establish a diehard, hardcore defense. And this coach, whoever said coach is, has to hire the OC that he can believe in that will no kidding OC. Maybe that's the philosophy. I mean, we always seem to think or always seem to say, you know, the truth being what? Offense sells tickets, absolutely, but defense wins championships. Maybe that's the philosophy.
I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, but you get that right young head coach and that offensive coordinator. Now you got two people in that young quarterback's ear, getting him up faster, getting him to speed faster, getting him to franchise level quarterback.
Okay, wait, I'm an Omaha us.
Yeah, you already did.
But what about this though? Would we not have the same situation with Nick Sirianni and Frank, and that got us 2 playoff berths, 1 win?
Different philosophies. That you had a young OC, but you had an older head coach.
That's fair.
Well, yeah, you had an older head coach as far as age, but he was still first-time head coach.
It doesn't matter. He's an old head, comes with a old ass fucking playbook. Yes or no?
Okay. So Adam J is thinking Matt Kafka. That's who you like? Yeah. Callahan from Cincy. That's probably my lean.
That's
OC.
definitely my lean.
Yeah, Kafka's the guy. But here's the thing with that though. If you look at that system between Dable and Kafka, they want to utilize the legs of that quarterback. So with that said, you would think they would definitely be looking for somebody who can scramble around. CJ Stroud isn't that guy. He can move around to get yards, but he's not, let me use my legs first. He's not Justin Fields. Will Levis isn't even that. Will Levis has, I guess, arguably some what's the right word I'm looking for? Some unforeseen shock you type athleticism, but he's not Mahomes or Allen. You know what I mean? But he can move. So Steichen, yeah, that's I
Yep.
mean, that's the Philly guy. I mean, I think right, if it's Steichen or if Steichen, however you say his name, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, he has to then fill his QB room with the same type of people he has in, Philly. So I would then think it would be Stroud.
Yeah.
Stroud and Jalen Hurts, stature wise, close. I think Stroud maybe is a little bit taller. I think Jalen 6'2", Stroud 6'3". I think Jalen runs faster. Definitely a better runner. They both have pretty quality arms. CJ is pretty accurate. Jalen can be accurate. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing, but I just don't know if that's more so. This is the thing that people have to forget too, or this is the thing people have to think about. How much of that is the OC versus how much of that is no kid Nick Sirianni? Because Nick Sirianni was our guy, and I think we had a better offense with limited players underneath Sirianni. He didn't have JT. He was gone before then, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just saying, like, a lot of this might be Sirianni. Sirianni was a commodity for a couple of years before he even took the job in Philly. So not saying that this guy wouldn't be it, but I feel like OCs sometimes just get promoted to the front as if that head coach isn't the guy with the philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you could take Eric Bieniemy, right? Like, I know that he deserves a job and people have been talking about him for years now, but let's not forget that he works with and for Andy Reid. Like, you can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just cut that out. It's not like he's on Dan Quinn's staff and the Detroit Lions were like the number one offense. Then you'd be like, okay, yeah, because Dan Quinn is a fucking lineman. He don't know shit about offense. So it'd be something different, but that's just kind of my thoughts on that. So I think that a lot of times we had to just really do our homework. And the reason why Callahan sticks out for me, and this is going back to Sean, if you watch, I've seen it on YouTube, but there was clips all over IG from like everybody that's like a Colts follower. But there was clips when Peyton was talking about his time in Denver and Callahan was there and how Callahan would basically mold Peyton to the offense they were going to run in Denver and be a voice to say, hey, Peyton, that doesn't work here. This is how we do this here. Not like putting Peyton in his place, but just kind of letting him know, like, the things that the things you're used to, we might be able to put them in our system, but this is the system. So Peyton gave him huge credit for that. Shouted him out, said he was going to be as great as a mind in football as his father was. And y'all know his father coached the Raiders, took them to the Super Bowl, that type of thing. So soon as I've watched that, and then I've been watching Cincy pretty hard, I'm like, he might be the guy if I want to go offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I haven't heard his name as a finalist yet, so we'll see.
Well, they can't because
Through that.
the playoffs, the NFL's got a rule that they can't even reach out to him for an interview.
Well, they could because D'Amico canceled all his.
Yeah, that's true.
That
You can request it.
That was prior to this week, though.
Oh, well, I don't know what's going on.
Some kind of crazy NFL rule.
Oh,
because D'Amico canceled 3, so he didn't come talk to us. So he had to focus, and then y'all seen what his defense did. Like, they were focused.
oh yeah.
So I mean, but again, man, like, we ain't even talked about Dan Quinn, but other than his Super Bowl debacle, I mean, what else is there to talk about? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, he got a relationship with Matt Ryan, but that would be saying that, oh, we're leaning towards Matt Ryan again. Like, I don't know. Defensive minded, sure, give him that. We had a pretty good defense. They would be changing again for the 3rd time.
Yep.
because I'm not sure if Gus Bradley and his philosophy. I'm not sure if anybody's philosophy is on page or on par with Gus Bradley. But so that defensive core, the Defoes, the Leonards, the Kenny Moles, if he's still there, the Grovers, Bobby, all of them would be in their third defense in a very short amount of time. So that's something we got to think about too. Like, how many more transitions are they built for? And a lot of people have been whispering, rumor, very low rumor, but kind of just mumbling. Are we really possibly thinking to trade DeForest Buckner with his age, his contract? We only got like maybe a year left on it, maybe 2. But he'll be coming into the season at like 29, I think.
Man, I that's one person I don't want to lose.
Yeah,
but I haven't heard that rumor yet. Where'd you see that?
I haven't either. I've heard MPJ.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
To the Bears. I seen a thing where Kenny Moore was saying that Matt Eberflus was the greatest coach he's ever played for. Would love to play for him again. So Kenny might be on the trade block.
Oh man, to the Bears.
To the Bears.
You don't want that. What the fuck? But no, yeah, Adam's right. Great numbers. But the key piece is Shanahan, right? So that was his balance, right? Like,
yeah,
he ran the defense and head coached, and Shanahan ran the offense. You know, but that's a whole different ball game when you can't hire Shanahan because he's his own head coach. So I would love to see. So that, to me, that's what's even more interesting. Though the name of head coach is very important, I'm actually interested to see who will be. That's what I'm anxious to see, you know, because these are all Frank guys. Frank hired Reggie. Frank, you know, basically hired. Well, he hired Marcus. Marcus is gone, so that's a void. That's vacant. Frank basically, I won't say he hired, but he signed on for Gus Bradley.
Yeah.
So I think they blowing up all this shit. The only people that probably will stay hands down is Bubba, unless he, you know, gets a head coaching gig outside of us. I know we interviewed him. I haven't heard his name linked in.
I don't think anyone else interviewed him yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But I think he stays. And I would
hope he only stays if he gets promoted to like OC or something.
Is that a true transition?
From special teams to OC? Yeah.
Really?
I don't know I don't know when that happens.
I feel like that's a big jump.
That's a huge jump. What?
I feel like it's like quarterback coach or
head coach. That's not a big jump.
What?
Well, yeah.
Well, you guys were scoffing that from special teams to OC, but he interviewed for the head coach.
No, so I know, but that's different though. That's different. That's like that's like the CEO of a company isn't doing day-to-day management of a company. So what I'm saying is the OC is the day-to-day guy in the room. Hey, this is where we need to improve on these positions. The manager or the CEO of the team, so now we can say the head coach in this position, I'm using my analogy, he just needs to know what's going on in every room. You know what I mean? Tell me what's going on in every room. Of course, I know who my quarterback is. Of course, I know what they're doing. But am I offensive mind to be in here drawing up the plays? I don't know about that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think he is.
How would you know? What offense?
Yeah. I didn't say I know. I said I think.
You know, my
what the fuck?
You just where's that come from?
My perspective is where it came from.
Fine, but like based off of what? Just because we like the guy?
Gut feeling.
Oh shit! You know what?
Speculation.
Dude, damn. The hell, gut feeling? What the fuck? No way, gut feeling gets you to
Man, poor Patrick.
Oh, okay, Patrick. I love you. I'm gonna leave you alone. You're not.
That man's sick. You're killing him.
His ass because he said gut feeling. That's some bullshit. If I heard. Can you imagine? They like, hey, we think this guy is great. Gut feeling. No. Dude ain't called an offensive play in his entire career, but gut feeling coming from special teams, he's got it. That's fucking
Then
awesome.
what do you?
Hey,
what
it's
makes
no
you think
worse
he
than
would be
Jeff
a good head
Saturday.
coach?
What you
If he can't be an OC, what makes you think he can be a head coach?
Because it's a different mindset, man. It's a whole different mindset.
You still got to know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, sure. But the OC actually creates the philosophy and designs plays. Like, that's not something you can do on the fly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how you get into special teams. I really don't. But,
Yeah, right.
But when you get into special teams, like, you design shit for special teams. Blocks, field goal blocks, certain fucking situations.
So you're designing plays as special teams coordinator.
Yeah, but you're not
Okay. Well, let me write this down.
What the fuck?
So I get everything right.
You're
that
an
saying.
asshole. What the fuck? Bro, that's not even the shit you're talking is not even night and day. It's something else. It's like years apart. Like, I don't know.
And it could be. I don't know the guy personally.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what what his qualifications are. But when I think he could be a head coach, he was interviewed to be a head coach.
That's fair.
Then he's got the skills, behind him for all that shit.
But
So
that's
me, just saying an OC kind of fit the mold because he's got the skill set.
But see, this is the thing too. This is the thing that I want to, like, no kidding, hammer home. I think that Jeff Saturday, despite how he may have, failed or whatever, learning experience, whatever you want to call it, he definitely set the tone and set the bar for what I believe a head coach has to bring to the table. Like, it's one thing to understand the game like you're talking about, but there's another thing to be to be too in tune with one side of the ball or one particular area of the game and not be a true head coach. That was Frank's biggest knock. Everybody loved his personality. Everybody loved, his philosophy, go 1-0, all this other shit. But when it's 3rd and fucking 9 and you're looking at Eberflus like, hey, bro, let's bring some pressure. Let's do something different. Let's just not give up this first down. And you're still in your notes thinking about the next time you're going to get the ball. That's a fail. And I think that's what happens when you have any coach that's too heavily involved in what they are comfortable with. And maybe that's why we're switching. Because I think with defense, like, the thing with defense, though, I think you could be heavily involved in defense and then not affect the team. Like,
yeah, I mean, Adam brought that up. Let me see. Here it is. He said, at least with a defensive-minded head coach, he won't push too hard to call plays.
Factual.
Exactly. And I think maybe, like I said, perhaps that's why that's 2 defensive coaches now we've requested a second interview with. Maybe that's it. Like, look, this is the core of our team. This is the best part of our team right now. Despite the offensive, studs we have, the JTs, the Quinn Nelsons, MPJ on the fence type thing. The better part of our team is here. How do we keep this together? How do we grow and build on that? And then have that be the backbone of this team and let the offense come along? Maybe.
It wasn't terrible under Pagano. I mean, I guess we had Andrew Luck, but still, I mean, that similar philosophy did work for a while.
Yeah, we had Andrew Luck and no run game, and now we have no quarterback and a run game.
Yeah.
Bro, we can't get right. It's like having 2 left shoes. One set of strings. Like, I don't know. I got shoes and I got a string, but I don't have what I need. That's where we are, bro. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. So Dan Quinn being a finalist, the Cowboys defense was solid, but they have some stud players too. We got to always put that into, that category when you talk about what's the truth. Michael Parsons is probably the best young defensive player in the game. You know what I mean? Dexter Lawrence is pretty damn good. Diggs, though he's a risk taker, he's pretty solid. What's his name? The other linebacker they got, Eschenbacher or whatever his name is.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah, him. Esch, let me Omaha myself. So they got some pretty good dudes, man. So maybe that ain't the name.
I don't know.
He is the guy. Out of all the people we interviewed, God, we interviewed like 10 people, and that's the first name with a second. I wouldn't.
I think
They
we're
never
Gotta
up to
mean something, I
13
guess.
or 14 interviews at this
Yeah,
point.
Jesus.
I think we've done the most in the league. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well, he said he's gonna take his due diligence, right? Or take his time and get work through the process, pick the right guy, Okay. Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, I just hope Jim Irsay doesn't blow up anyone else's bathrooms. You see that?
I don't even like to run with shit like that. That's just weird.
Dude, I don't know
Did
where
it
that
even-
came from.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird it even came up. Like, that's just weird.
I don't
And
know who even leaked that shit, but it was a verified Twitter account that posted it.
And that's the other thing. Like, who even gives a fuck? Like, at this point, we're 3-4 years past that.
I know. It's just
Why
so...
did it just make news now? It's weird, bro. It's like clickbait to me. It seemed like that. And then it was like all over Bleacher Report. Because, of course, like you said, once it's Twitter verified, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We can just spit this out everywhere. But why would that be? And then what would his wife say? What would that make? Why would that make her uncomfortable? I don't care. Never mind. I'm not even going down that road. Don't do that.
Come on, go down that rabbit hole.
No, I'm not. Let me bang this. We out of this one, man.
They gotta poop, let him poop in peace.
All right, here we go. This would be a fun one. Let's see who in the audience is really tuned in to what's going on in free agency potentially. First off, we walk into the room. This is what's interesting. It's weird to walk into the room and not be the big dogs when it comes to money. We're only walking into the room with about 20 million this season.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Versus these past years, 60 million. 1 year was almost upwards of 100. Like, we have walked into free agency with the big stick, if you know what I mean. Like, hey, we could buy whatever we want if we wanted to, but we choose not to. This year is really like, it's got to make sense. It's really got to make sense. So we shouldn't get too crazy. I know people like to come up with their philosophies, and they got a bunch of Madden GMers out there to be like, oh, draft this guy, trade for this guy, pick up these two in free agency. And you're like, yeah, those numbers don't even come close to working. But thanks for playing. So we really got to make it make sense. So when we look at holes, as you want to say, or just improvement areas, I'm going to lead with you guys. Where's the money spent in your book? Thomas, I'll start with you.
I know, like, there's a good chance he gets re-signed, but right now, Orlando Brown, left tackle, he's going to be available. That would be my top priority. That's a big name, but after last year, bro, like, I feel like if you're going to splurge on somebody, that's the person to splurge on.
And you know what? He wouldn't even go to left tackle on my team. He would go to right tackle, and I would push Braden back inside to his true college days at fucking right guard. Now, that's fix and more fix. Just my thoughts. Patrick.
Well, I'm pulling up the list here. Fletcher Cox, free agent.
He's 300 years old, man. What do you want?
He is, but he's still out there producing.
Hey, if Kenny goes away, you got Marcus Peters too.
Yannick's free agent. We got to sign him back.
He can't play defense. He can't stop the run. That was Thomas's biggest gripe at the beginning, and he played right into that. God, he was getting ate up.
Oh yeah,
but he could put some pressure on you.
Yeah, he's a good third down lineman, but I wouldn't want him in on third and short.
He's hybrid. He's so young still, but he has that true hybrid situational, true, I guess, marking on him. He's not a 3-down guy. Fuck, that sucks because he's so good. He led the team in sacks.
Yeah, he's a beast. If it's just if there was no running in football.
Wide receiver, guard, get a vet. Tree will eat edge. We only got 20 million, Adam. You got a big purse right there, big dog. Where you at, Pat? Who you got?
Well, I don't think we go after a tight end. I think we're stacked at tight end right now with Jelani Woods, Kyle Granson, and Ogletree.
Momo.
Yes, we got Mo, but he's a free agent.
Is he a free agent?
I think so. Yeah, I don't see him coming back.
Oh, maybe we should do that. Thomas, pull up our free agents. I think we got about 18, 19 this year.
On it. Give me just a second.
There were some notable names, like Yannick's a notable
PJ
name.
Speed, Paris Campbell, Bobby O, Matt Hack. Who cares about that? Rodney McLeod, Khaled Kareem, Chase McLaughlin.
But some of them are RFAs, right? Like I think Bobby's an RFA, and I think that Paris is
This
RFA.
isn't telling me. Oh, okay. I found an actual website that will tell me if it's fucking restricted or not. I don't. Deion Jackson's RFA, but everyone else is unrestricted.
Ooh, all of them unrestricted. Yikes!
What it says.
That's not. I knew Yannick was. He's only on a 1 year deal.
Let
Yeah.
me make sure I'm right. You say let me check Bobby O real quick.
I
Oh
think
yeah, he's unrestricted.
I hope they re-sign him.
Who, Bobby O?
Yeah.
I think that heavily depends on who's the coach. Because if we bring in one of these DCs that run a traditional 4-3 and they understand the value of having 3 traditional linebackers, then they're walking into the door happy as hell. Because with Z's freaking progression and evolution over the last 2 seasons, 2.5, basically just being a special teams captain to leading the team in tackles, almost leading the league in tackles. Shaquille coming back healthy, and then Bobby O just being kind of that freak that can do it all. Like, I'm not saying we got the Niners core. I'm not saying we got another team who has a great linebacking core, but we're nothing to look shy about. Like, we will be strong.
Here's a question for you. What about Tyquan Lewis? He's an unrestricted free agent.
I think we gotta let that go, man. Them
So?
injuries, unfortunately, enough injuries, bro, and it might bite us in
Yeah,
the
the injury bugs really hampered him. But
He showed flashes, man.
He's shown a lot of flashes that he could be great, but man, knee after knee after knee keeps fucking getting hurt. You know, it's hard to invest in that.
Yeah, I think my biggest is Paris Campbell. That's really the only. Bobby O and Paris Campbell are my biggest two.
I wouldn't be upset if we let Paris go, and I'll
Really?
tell you why in a minute. But
Only because he's from Ohio State.
no, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
He was good last year, though.
Fan.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Come on, I respect.
He led the league in like separation yardage or something crazy like that. He was in like the top 3.
True
Hey,
that. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get to this. That's what I'm trying to do. Damn.
Let him go.
But yeah, like I said, Saturday, we spoke on this a couple weeks ago. I would not be opposed to Saturday being coached just because of his philosophy on how he would do things. And he takes the head coaching term actually to its true meaning, where he's over the entire team. I think it's rare, other than maybe Belichick, that you see a guy that's like that. Sure, Belichick is locked in with his defense because he's a defensive coach at heart, but Belichick runs his entire organization. The vibe that we got from Saturday is what I don't know is what I don't know, and I'm not going to fake that. So I'm going to bring in the right people that know those things, and I have my ideas on how these things will go in my head, and I actually like that. Now, people won't like Jeff because Jeff was 1-7, but at the same time, Jeff actually had some skin in the game because he's been with this team. He's also grew up in this organization. He loves his organization. And he took what they gave them and did the best he could with it. Some tough losses. Nobody will ever forget the Minnesota loss or the
Yeah, that's a tough one. In your first 8 games, you do that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So that's why
he could just lost that Raider game though. We'd be sitting at number 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
There you go, Jeff.
All right. But where we look to improve, this is why I say I think that we could let go. I won't say it like that, but I wouldn't be upset if we do not re-sign Paris Campbell, because a lot of mock drafts, not just people who do it, but a lot of mocks from people who are actually, considered experts, have us landing Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. And that's pretty much the same guy. 6 foot, fast, separation yards. Remember, he was the kid that had 5 touchdowns, I believe, in that Alabama game. He
Oh,
went,
that's him. Shit.
yeah, the Tennessee
Okay,
kid.
yeah. I remember now.
But he's about the same stature as Paris. I had to look at his 40
You
time.
think he'll drop to the second round?
Yeah, because he's more of an athlete, if that makes sense. I mean, nothing on his game is polished, you know, but I think that he can make waves quickly, you know. I felt the same way about Sky Moore last year. Like Sky Moore was a huge name coming out of college as far as like what he could do, but I was like, yeah, he's undersized, and you know, I think you got to give it the right team. I think he's with the right team, but I think he's like a year or two away. He could very much turn into Tyreek Hill on that offense. Might not be as, I don't want to use the word explosive, but as like ticking time bomb, like, oh man, it was just 7-7. Now Tyreek Hill has 3 straight touchdowns on the last 3 drives. Maybe not that right away, but in open space, the dude's scary. And he, you know, I just don't think they've used him.
Like another T.Y. Hilton, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe taller T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, yes. T.Y. Hilton wasn't polished coming out of college either. T.Y. Hilton was never like to me, never was a great route runner.
No, he was just
not like
fast.
Marvin Harrison. Yeah, like Marvin Harrison was a beautiful route runner. T.Y. Hilton was never that, but T.Y. Hilton was a dog and he was dangerous.
And he always got that separation somehow.
Yeah, because he just run right by you. And I think this is what Jalen Hyatt will do. So that's why I was opposed to losing Paris.
Somebody I'm looking, I want to see more is Michael Strachan.
Well,
I want to see that guy more on the field.
I know. Wait a minute. Let me Omaha your ass.
You've been saying that for a while now.
I know. No. I know you didn't say what I used to say because y'all should get on me. Michael Strawn, right? Michael Strawn, not Strachan.
Yeah, Strawn.
Did I say Strachan? Oh, damn. All right. Then I deserve that Omaha. But no, I want to see him more on the field. I really wish we could see more of him.
Well, yeah, man. I
mean, he's big, but I
think I don't know how to do this, bro. I think there's too many people in the way. Like Ashton Doolin is in the way. Like he's in the way. And in the year before that, what's the guy that we sent to? Well, I didn't say sent, but he got picked up by Philly. What was it?
Pascal, Zach Pascal.
Yeah, Pascal.
And remember we talked about, I thought it was going to come down to the nitty gritty. It was like, was it going to be Patman? Was it going to be Strawn? We didn't think somebody was going to make the team. Well, all those dudes made the team.
Yeah.
But Doolin also got re-signed. And then, you know, Buddy was on the team too for a little bit. What's his name? Short kid. Kuti. It's just too many people in the way, man.
Yeah, Kuti's not a threat to him, I don't think.
No, yeah. Tressa, they're even if they've got Jeff Saturday in mind, they're going to go through the process. They're going to do everything they can to talk themselves out of Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, like, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, Jeff Saturday didn't come in and go 8-0, and we're in the playoffs right now. And it's like, oh, it's his job to lose. You know what I'm saying? Right. He came in and was very much 1-7, despite how much the franchise loved him, despite him and Irsay's relationship, his history, the Super Bowl, you name it. You are what your job record says you are, and you're 1-7. So that's just as real as it gets. But I mean, if we look at these other free agents, man, like I had done like where I was laying my pot of money was in all of the unsexy positions and actually making a position group that's already the highest paid in the league even more high paid, because McGlinchey's another one, you know, from 49ers, and him and Q played together. Yeah. So I was like, oh, slide his ass into right guard. He's a big bastard. He's 6'9", some change. Put him over there. Keep Braden Smith at right tackle, or flip him, or however you want to do it, and then go down the line. Him, Braden, Kelly, Big Q, Raymond. Shit. What? And you know the right side, and that's what's crazy. I know Q plays left, but I could be wrong on here. Somebody could definitely tell me you know, whether I'm off here. But I felt like when JT had his money yards, a lot of that shit was to the right. Like behind Glow, and Braden. Now I know he got some Q work. Like we can go back to the Patriots game where Q, made a fucking hole, whatever. But
you're right though. You're 100% right. It was a lot of that. You can go back and look, and a lot of his big busts are out on the right.
Look at the Jets game. That was insane. Like he just ate them up for 74 or whatever that was. That was pure off the right side. So there's you can go back through the clips and you could probably like break it down and say, okay, this was that and that was this. But I feel like there was a lot of action behind Glow and Braden in those years with the big numbers. So that definitely hurt this year. That definitely hurt. That right side was a shit show. God,
more than that.
Oh my God, nothing worked over there. It was crazy. And then when old boy got hurt, oh man, that was bad. When Braden missed a few games and we had Pryor and Penter or whatever it was, Jesus Christ. Some of the worst shit I had ever seen.
That was rough. That was rougher than what I'm dealing with now.
Oh man. Let me see, man. Who else? Any other names out there that y'all think in free agency?
I mean, not that I'm too concerned about grabbing him. I mean, I wouldn't say no to Marcus Peters, but that's not going to happen.
It's just not a sexy class this year.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It's nothing sexy about this class.
Hooker. Rob, his last name's Hooker.
Oh,
he's asking the QB from the Balls.
Hendon Hooker.
Oh yeah, Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. Oh
well, he might be talking about Joe Milton, who a lot of people got excited about over those last couple games. But Joe's got another year, and he's grown a lot. I'm a Michigan fan because when he was at Michigan, yeah, he was blah at best, but he showed out in the bowl game and that last game, those last few games, he did well. But I
don't know if I want a TikTok star on our team, Adam J.
Ooh, Jordan Poyer.
Jordan
I like
Poyer.
him. Yeah, I would take him.
But the Bills' defense has been shambles, man. He has not been top notch like he has. This was not a great year for him. Both of them.
Oh, really?
Remember? Yeah. And then he came back a little bit later in the season.
Oh, yeah. But he used to be really solid.
Yeah. But we don't even need him. He's a safety, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't say no to him.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we always have injuries at safety anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, Rob, Joe Milton was at Michigan years ago. Now he's the starting quarterback at Tennessee. Hendon Hooker, depends on which one you're talking about. Hendon Hooker got hurt. Remember, he tore his ACL, and then Joe Milton came in and lit it up the last couple games. So I don't know which one you're talking about. But so as I'm looking at this, Lamar Jackson's ranked number 1. Roquan Smith was 2. He already got re-signed. Geno is 3. Then you got Javon Hargrave, Orlando Brown's 5th, Brady old ass, CGJ from Philly, James Bradbury, there's a name, he'd be 30. Saquon, Deron Payne, Jesse Bates, Odell, Mike McGlinchey, they're gonna go. I was talking about Daniel Jones is a free agent, Draymond Jones, Juju, Jamal Dean. I mean, there's guys to be had. They just not gonna jump Tony Pollard, Zach Allen, Josh Jacobs, Marcus Davenport. There's a name. I wouldn't mind Marcus Davenport. Evan Ingram, Hoyer, David Long, Jimmy G, Cameron Smith, Levante David, Dalton Schultz, Dalvin Tomlinson, and then Yannick. So that's the first 30. That's the first 31 free agents that they got ranked in order. So I say this ain't the free agent classes of the last couple of years when there was like a bunch of just sexy names out there. I think you're really going to be able to build if you have the capital. And if we had more money, this is the type of free agent class that I think, Ballard would do great in. I think he would kill this if he had a little bit more money. If he was sitting in the $45-50 million range, I think he would because a lot of these guys, though they're asking for their second contract, they're still really young. I've seen a bunch of 24, 25s on there just now turning 26s. That's a plus. And I don't think there's a lot of pressure out there Like you can kind of look at the market last year. Christian Kirk, though we always talked about him, was not the original guy you thought was going to set the wide receiver market. But then once he got his money, what happened? Tyreek demanded a trade. What happened? I won't say Tyreek demanded a trade, but Tyreek got traded. Then there was
No, he did. He demanded it. Juju demanded it.
AJ Brown.
Yep.
And we seen from Washington get paid.
Scary
Terry. So I don't know if that kind of player is out there, but for what we need, trenches, we could definitely get some.
It's good for us, yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely bring in, which I thought we should have done. Like we could have brought in Bradbury and had, Gilly Lock. That could have been dangerous. Maybe we still do that. Be a couple older corners, but
do we still have Gilmore for one more year?
Yeah, he's on a 2-year. So, I mean, there's things to be had, but this is not going to be the free agency where you're like, oh, go out and get this guy because it ain't out there. You say go out and get this receiver. I'm like, who? I think Juju was up there. Like, what other receiver? Odell? You gonna take a risk on that? 30 years.
I think Chark is out there, but that's not.
Yeah, DJ Chark. I mean,
DJ is
super young, but hella injuries, hella potential though.
Yeah.
Tons of injury. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you have to be able to me categorize where these guys actually fall, because a lot of these guys, in my opinion, are not much better than what we already have. It's just about development. Like, I think that we already got several DJ Chark type dudes on our team. They just need development. That could be Patman. That could be Strawn. Definitely MPJ has shown that he can be more than what people give him. He might not be a true number one, whatever you want to call that, but he's nothing to sneeze at.
Nope.
So bringing DJ Chark in, what we already got, we don't elevate.
Honestly, I think we need a quarterback that can throw the ball downfield to see what these young guys can do.
Yeah, because I mean, Alec
really
Pierce is going to be solid. I mean, I still think we missed. Remember on my ranking order, I mean, everybody's guy in the Anvil last year was, of course, the kid from now he's in Green Bay. I can't think. Watson. Yeah, and that was our guy.
Yep.
But then
they moved up to get him, didn't they?
Who?
Green Bay moved up to get him, didn't they?
Yeah, they moved up. I think that threw everything off. But then once that happened, to me, I was like, oh well, I like the kid out of Georgia, Pickens, big, strong, and he showed he's got value. Pierce wasn't even on my radar, though I knew he was I didn't rank him in my top 5. But I mean, that's who we got. So we're gonna have to.
Pickens had a great year.
Oh God, Pickens is good, bro. I so wanted Pickens.
Yeah,
that dude is strong.
You watch his games from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's why I wanted him. Like, you got a strong run.
He knows how to get separation. I mean, it's magical.
I'm just talking about how powerful he is. Like, he just shoves corners to the dirt, bro. That's nuts. Yeah. He's been doing that since college. Literally just shoves them to the dirt. Like, hike and I push you and you fall. You're a grown man, and he has more highlights of doing that. He could probably rival some left tackles out here. He's just shoving.
He's already winning jump balls though. Like that usually isn't something rookies do a lot. He was winning like 7 out of 10, I'd say.
Yeah, it was. That's why
he's going to be real good. He's going to be elite. I think he's going to be our number 1 wide receiver for many, many years.
Talking about Alec?
Yes, sir. Okay. I really do.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
It very well could be.
Based off what I've seen, like, I think so.
All right. Well, there we have it, man. I think that we beef up the offensive line because it's got to happen. I think we keep all of our draft picks. And I think we go heavy offense this year, like heavy offense, starting with QB. And then we just got to figure out who we're going to sign. We only got $20 million, man.
I don't think free agency is going to be too active.
Oh, they could get creative with that money. I ain't worried about that.
Okay. Well, that would be interesting. Got to figure this coach thing out. So let's make some soft predictions before we get out of here. Soft predictions. Do we have a coach by, let's say, next Monday? No, let's say next show.
No.
Next Tuesday.
No.
Really?
Really.
All right, I'll be different. I'm saying next Tuesday when we come on, we have a coach. That's Clyde's thought.
That's ambitious. I mean, maybe, but I
mean, we getting the finalists, right? He said this. We are narrowing it down. How much more time do you need after that?
I'd say it takes 2 more weeks.
And then you're and this is the other thing. You're competing with other teams that need coaches. What about that?
Only 4.
He doesn't seem to really care, though. Did you get that vibe from him in the press conference? He did. He's like, well, this might take a while. He didn't seem to care that he was competing with other people. I don't know if that's just me, but
so you said only 4? Damn, I'm missing something. I had that.
Yeah, I think there's 5 teams looking for head coaches, and we're one of them.
Okay, it's us.
Us.
Who else?
Panthers.
Okay, the Panthers. Who else?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Denver.
Arizona. Yeah.
Denver, Arizona.
Denver, Arizona. So that's 4.
Adam J, help me out here. I know there's one more. Houston.
Oh yeah, Houston.
Houston.
Did you hear the rumors that Miami might fire? I guess they would have done it by now, but I read a rumor that they might fire McDaniel.
Get the fuck out of here.
I seriously read that.
They would be smoking every type of fucking dope that's out there. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
And then who would take that job after how they fired, what was the guy before?
Brian Flores.
Yeah. Like who would take that? Nobody.
I think McDaniel's hiding behind a good Brian Flores roster, but that's just my opinion. I don't.
What?
I really do.
No,
I'm not.
Flores didn't have Tyreek Hill.
Jalen.
They didn't have Raheem Moisture.
Moisture. Okay.
I can't. Man, I'm so damn clogged. I can't even friggin' talk. I'm going to bed.
You sound more like Uncle Fester now.
Good night.
Oh, that's all good. No, but yeah, that would be nuts. But is it only 5 teams? That's it?
As far as I know, yeah.
Really? I feel like somebody's missing, bro. Yeah, well, and then us. Shit,
Yep.
that's 5. Okay, there it is. And ironically, Arizona, Carolina shortly after us, the Texans, and the Broncos gave their pickup. But I'm saying all of them are in the top 5, with the exception of truly the Broncos are, but that's the Seahawks pick because they gave Russell Wilson $4 zillion on all their picks. Still trying to figure out how the goober in Miami is taking seriously. He called it a goober too. What is the thing against McDaniels? He's just like that.
I met him last year at the combine.
I don't hate him. I just
he was very approachable,
Yeah,
I don't have like a beef with him. I mean, he's weird, but I mean, I thought he got lucky. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about him, but
I love him. I love hearing when he's mic'd up. That shit is great, man. I feel like you got to have a little personality.
He's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know what we need. I don't think he would work with our roster just because I don't know what the fuck's going on. Just let me not. Tony Dungy set the bar up here, of course, because he won a Super Bowl. But if you go down, that's something that we could talk about in the offseason. Think about our coaches, bro, from the time we got to Indy till now. They don't really, other than Tony Dungy, they don't really like woo you. You know what I mean? Like who are these guys, bro? Ron Meyer, okay, he had the big rap coming out of SMU, right? So I think he ran away from his problems. Playoffs, Jim Mora, of course, you can't forget about him. And then you got like some duds in there after that, man. After Dungy, because after Mora was Dungy, right? Yeah, Dungy. Yeah. Then after Dungy was his fucking Caldwell.
Caldwell took us back to the Super Bowl, but we lost.
But you want to talk about hiding behind somebody's roster? That's Dungy's roster. Just like Dungy left Gruden with a roster to win in Tampa Bay. So, but then after Caldwell, who? Chuck. I mean, we got behind his thing like Chuck Strong, and his cancer thing was a thing, but he didn't really woo you as a coach.
He did
Yeah,
as a
right.
personal guy. Yeah, he was really likable, but coaching style, he
You
was
know who I loved? And it was way before my time to understand the X's and O's of football. But I used to love Marcher Broda. I used to love Marcher Broda when I was a kid.
I used
Remember
to be who was he with?
He was before us.
Oh,
You know
okay.
who
I've
I'm
never.
talking
Okay.
about. He was the one that took us to the AFC Championship. Ted Marcher Broda.
Oh, okay.
Are y'all
I didn't know that.
You old as gotta remember Ted Marcher Broda.
Tony Saragusa, the whole
Yeah.
clan right there.
Yeah, absolutely. But Matt, I used to love him, man. I don't know shit about his coaching style or philosophy. I just used to like his little look on the sideline. Yeah, like
He did have Jim Harbaugh as a QB though.
Captain Comeback. That's the wildest playoff ride. Even through Peyton's years, there was no playoff ride like that year. It was Kansas City, I think San Diego, and then Pittsburgh. That was crazy.
I was deployed to the fucking desert during that game. And I got a little radio and I'm screaming and yelling. Everybody thought I'd done lost my damn mind.
So which game you talking about? 95?
Yeah, the 95
95
championship game.
Well, no, that was 96. So yeah, that
96. Yeah.
96. Yeah. That was crazy though. That was crazy. We should have had that game. Fuck my life. I hate Pittsburgh. Fuck, we can't beat them to save our life. Shit. What the fuck? Oh yeah, absolutely, Tressa. Look, I'm a young 40, but I'm a Colts fan. So I remember our coaches, I remember our players. Let her rip days. Absolutely. That's the way, man. That was some of the funnest shit, man. Floyd Turner, Aaron Bailey. Yeah, man. That was a good time.
Hey, and I see you hold your back when you get up. You ain't no damn young 40.
This motherfucker.
You rode hard and put away wet like the rest of us.
See, and with that, I'm not about to deal with this shit tonight. So close us out, man. You sick fuck.
Yeah.
All right, Thomas, give us your final thoughts, bro.
Oh, you put me on the spot, bro.
It's only 3 of us. Who that would fuck?
I know.
I guess there was a 33%. There was
a
a 33% chance.
No, it was only 50.
I know.
I never go first. It was 50-50.
No. All right. If you're out,
Wait a minute. Hold on, Thomas. Go ahead, Clyde.
What?
All right, then that's fine.
You do your final thoughts. Since he's
no,
quiet.
you already picked. Man, don't be.
I was already
right,
talking.
Thomas.
Fuck me, I guess.
All right, Thomas.
If you're going out tonight, be safe. That snowstorm shifted south, so we're gonna get hit even harder. So if you're going out, be safe. It's really all I got. Don't do anything dumb. And stay inside tomorrow.
You're taking all the fun out of life.
What do you mean? I'm taking all the fun out? Yeah, okay. Go out and a foot of snow and run up.
What the fuck is going? Okay, let me go. Shit. What?
We're getting a fuck ton of snow. I was telling everybody to be safe.
All right, man. While we got you, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course. And while I'm saying that, please go out and support Mr. Frost in his journey of, I don't know, it's like kind of like camera shit, shooting shit, doing live videos or random shit. I don't know, but he's got a growing YouTube channel. He's got like 500 plus followers. He's not doing shit for our channel though, but
I'm trying to. It's
my time. It's my time.
Yeah.
I'm promoting my brother over here.
All right, go.
Fuck, he cares more about himself than the family. But no, while you're out there, go. What's the name of your YouTube? So we can.
It's Thomas Frost. Is my name.
Yeah, Thomas Frost. Go support.
Hello, it's Thomas Frost Journalism.
That's a old Facebook page from when I was from Dalton, but I use that for pictures. But yeah, the YouTube channel, that's my main. That's where all my stuff is.
Okay.
So let's just go out there and support our fellow brother and his own personal journey. He doesn't care about the Anvil.
That's not true.
He's not promoting our shit and growing our page, but it's fine.
I'm trying to. All right, now I got like challenged, so now I gotta like.
We're happy for him, and we want to see it grow. He's bringing some great coverage of a case that's going on down in where's that place at?
Delphi, Indiana.
There you go. Yeah, he's the man on the scene, getting interviews, all kind of shit, drones. It's kind of wild. So go check it out. And also, if you have a chance, us little guys on the Anvil, subscribe and like us too. Okay, I'm done.
Facts.
That dude, that golly.
You on the spot now? You feel like you're on the spot? That was
Yeah,
my
now
good job, Clyde.
All right. Well, once again, I'm sick as hell. In 2 months, come down with the Rona now. So I've got a desk full of medicine, so I'm going to get better. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep plugging away. And that's all I want everybody else to do. Life can get hard. Life can get scary. Life can be a bitch. Just plain and simple. Shit never goes right when you want it to go right. But if you just keep chopping, keep swinging, whatever that bitch is that's causing you all the stress, you'll get it knocked down. Just don't quit. Keep fucking chopping.
My bitch.
And that's it.
What the fuck?
Keep chopping.
bruh. All right.
Where did I get a bro for my final thoughts?
Because you just had to say bitch. You couldn't say whatever that obstacle is. You just had to say bitch.
Well, it's something causing you stress or bad time in your life. Yeah, that's a bitch.
You know what's funny? When we first started this, he'd be the main one, like, hey, this is a family show. He says more F
Yeah.
bitch this and
Well,
kiss my asses than anybody else. But I love it.
you're the one that brings it out of me, so kiss my ass.
Get us the fuck out of here, man.
All right.
Oh
Hey.
my God.
Y'all be good to each other. No drinking and driving. And as always, go Colts.
Go Colts.